Welcome to Sacred Wandering with Keira Brinton. My friend, this is a corner of the world where time stops, where the noise in our minds quiet, where we have soft hearts and we open our palms and we ask. This is a place where we receive. I invite you to join me as we wander through the sacred together. Welcome to Sacred Wandering. Good morning, my love. I welcome you into our beautiful space together. Very grateful to be in prayer. It was a morning that I didn't want to come into my prayer corner. And so the fact that I'm here it's worth celebrating, right? And I think it's very important for us. It's very important for us to acknowledge that some days we don't want to pray. But if we make it, it's a huge celebration. So that's what today is for me, celebrating. So we're going to begin with breathing in the energy of miracles. We're going to breathe out the old wiring of survival. So we're going to breathe in, letting all this frequency of miracles into the cells. And as you breathe out the mouth, let go of all the need for survival. All the lack, all the fear. Let's breathe in miracles again. And breathe out. Letting go of all the attachments to survival. One more in. And out. We're going to call in all of our angels and all of our guides in and through the divine light that they may sit with us today. And then hold this space with us. We're going to thank them for walking with us, for all the opportunities that they've helped be presented to us, for all the miracles and magic that they participate with us in. We're going to bless our body. We're going to ask that light may cleanse our ears, that our ears may be tuned to the frequency of the voice of God, that we may hear God. We're going to ask that light may cleanse our third eyes, that we'll have access to all of our gifts, that light may cleanse our lips, that we speak the words that we have been called to speak. And I'm going to read to you a blessing that I received one morning. These are the words that I heard. Be in the rewire. Activate the magnet of faith, hope, and love. Be the belief. Be the belief. And know that I am. I don't think there's any explanation on that one. It's just the work, the practice. The practice is to rewire all the lack and all the fear and all the scarcity and all the survival mechanisms that are just placed within our bodies. We're going to ask that God may bless us from the crown all the way down to the tips of our toes with this honey of abundance. And that the honey moves in and it starts to activate the faith and the love and the hope. And then we become the belief of what we have been shown, the belief that God is real, the belief that we've been called, the belief of the visions we've been given. We become the belief. And we remember that God is, I am that I am. That this is God. That God is the great I am. We're going to breathe in. And breathe out. Breathing in. And out. So you're going to pick up anything that's holding you back from becoming the belief that you know that you are. You're going to pick it up and we're going to put it into God. We're going to ask that God will transfigure it to match the frequency of who you know you are. We're going to ask that God will touch our cells, that the cells may match the frequency of miracles, that our cells may be coated with the blueprint of God. We're going to breathe in and out. Then we're going to ask that God will place his hands on our head to give us a blessing, that we may receive the words that God has for us now. I'm going to be quiet while we pray. Take a nice deep breath in, allowing whatever words you receive to move through your body. There we go. Now we open up our palms and ask God, what is the number one action you need me to do today? Then you're going to hear it. You're going to write it down. And this becomes your commandment for the day. This is your non-negotiable from God. And if you take action every day with these actions that you are given, you will move at the speed of light. For when inspiration and action are married together, that there is no space between, this is when we become. This is when we become. So we're going to breathe that in and out. I want to thank you for being who you are, for sitting here in prayer with me every day, for being a seeker, for being someone who brings light to the world, for being someone who is willing to sit at the foot of God and to ask and to listen and to do. Thank you for your efforts keep the heavens open, and your work is not unnoticed. You are known, you are loved, and you are witnessed by God. I want to thank you for wandering into the sacred with me. And I will see you tomorrow morning in our prayer corner. Thank you for wandering into the sacred with me today. If this episode moved or inspired you, I encourage you to share it. Think of someone who needs this message today and text it to them. Let's add more light to the world by welcoming people into our prayer corner together. I also want to invite you to create your own prayer corner at home, a space set apart where you can return again and again to hear God's voice. To support you, I've created the Sacred Space course, which guides you step by step in locating, creating, and dedicating your very own sacred space. You're also welcome into the Sacred Wandering Facebook group, where you can share the blessings that God is giving you and be uplifted by others walking this path. You can find both of these resources in the show notes, or just send me a DM on Instagram at Keira Brinton, and me or my team will send them directly to you. I want to thank you for being one of the rare humans who chooses to sit at the foot of God, to ask, listen, and do. And as always, I want to thank you for wandering into the sacred with me.